What's up, Archons? I'm Flightless Pheasant, and I just made my way into Rochester. You can see the hotel in the background. That's going to be there. Can't do much about it. But Ghost Galaxy did post some spoilers for House Ekwidon and House Geistoid for Aember Skies, and I wanted to go through them with you guys. I read these earlier while I was on the road, but I honestly don't remember them because that was like 6 hours ago, and that was 6 hours of driving ago, so I don't remember. So we'll go through them together. Previewing Ekwidon and Geistoid, sailing the Aember Skies with Ekwidon and Geistoid. A sneak peek at some of the new cards in Keyforge Aember Skies from houses Ekwidon and Geistoid. Two of the newer houses on the block return for Aember Skies in Ekwidon and Geistoid. Ekwidon makes its first appearance in Winds of Exchange, with Geistoid back for round 2 after the appearance in Grim Reminders. The merchant compacts of Ekwidon continue to expand their network of traders, always looking to make deals, but never fall on the wrong side of them. Let's take a look at the new cards joining the merchants. Let's take a look. High Street Churn. This is an uncommon action that says play, choose a house on your opponent's identity card. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand until they discard a card of the chosen house or run out of cards. They refill their hand as if it were their draw card steps. So that's not bad, especially if you really are trying to hunt out a certain house or trying to hate out a certain house. You can choose one of the other houses and try to get rid of a built-up hand. So that could be really effective. I don't, as always, Ekwidon's very much all about the trade, so you never quite know what you're going to get. There's also Contract Execution. It is a action that generates you 1 amber, and it says play. For the remainder of the turn, each time you play a creature, deal 2 damage to a creature. That's not bad. That's a common. That's not bad. You're going to see several of those, and I've been saying this for a while. I think the targeted removal in Aember Skies is going to be much higher than what we're used to. We're going to be seeing a lot of targeted removal. And the flavor text on that one is excellent. Let's make it official. And then the last one we got is Cog Miller. This is an uncommon 3 power with 4 armor robot that says after fight you may destroy an artifact. If you do, its owner archives a random card from their hand. It's not bad. That's more of that Ekwidon wanting to interact with artifacts thing, where it's got artifact control, but it's like weird artifact control that might actually be good to use on yourself in some cases. And its flavor text says, cogs are far superior to the widgets I used to build. That's not bad. That's actually kind of funny. I like the idea of the robot switching between cogs and widgets, like there's a substantial difference to him. Also, I'll point out that this robot is stylized to look like a Getrukia. He has at least 3 of the 4 arms and the head fin things around his robot head, which you see a lot of that in Ekwidon with the humans as well, where they'll be wearing big cape hat things that make them look like they have the frills, or they'll have robot arms to make up the extra 2 arms, or the extra 2 arms. So that's interesting to me. I thought I would share that with you. So let's read what they say about these cards. High Street Churn is an action that can be very disruptive to your opponent's plans. Choose a house on your opponent's Archon card. After doing so, your opponent will discard a random card in their hand until they discard a card of that chosen house, or until they have no cards remaining in their hand. Play this when you know your opponent has a card they're itching to play, or if you think their hand consists of only 1 or 2 houses. While your opponent does get to draw back up, their immediate plans could be ruined. Yeah, absolutely. I've got a buddy I play with who does not like this kind of disruption. He tends to build up hands that he's a big fan of, and then if you just throw them away, it ruins his whole day. Another action card coming to Ekwidon is Contract Execution. This action comes with an Amber Pip, which is always good to see, especially on a common rarity card. It also gives you the lasting effect for the remainder of the turn. Each time you play a creature, you deal 2 damage to a creature. Pair this with a big creature spam turn, and you may just clear your opponent's board faster than paying with credit. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that effect. I like that card. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's that spot removal I was talking about that I think is going to be really prominent in this set. And then none of Ekwidon's network would go without some allies to keep it going. Meet Cogmiller, the 3-power robot with a hefty 4 armor. This armor is necessary for its strong after-fight ability to take place. After fight, you may destroy an artifact. If you do, in true bartering glory, its owner archives a random card from their hand. This can be a great way to deal with pesky enemy artifacts, or even your own if you feel the need to. This actually makes him one of the bigger creatures we've seen so far, especially armor-wise. Because 3 power 4 armor is pretty big for Aember Skies so far. We've mostly been seeing pretty small creatures, with the possible exception of the Sky Beasts, but even those have been less impressive than I was thinking they were going to be. I was thinking they were going to be these truly massive creatures, and they've been pretty moderate so far. All right, so we're going to move on to Geistoid. But I like the Ekwidon. I think that's interesting. I think I like what they're doing. The Geistoid minions continue to grow their ranks. With the fighting in the sky, new scraps and debris draw power from the psychic energies of Amber. What new animated scraps will call Geistoid home? Let's take a look. Let's. All hands on deck. This is an action that says play if you are haunted, destroy a creature, otherwise deal 3 damage to a creature. This is also a common. I'm telling you, this spot removal is going to be all throughout Aember Skies. This is going to be the way you deal with problems, is you're going to have lots and lots and lots of this spot removal, which I'm okay with. I do hope we get a genuine board wipe out of it as well. Maybe they'll reprint Winds of Death, or we'll get Gateway to Dis, or something like that. But so far, I've been seeing a lot of the spot removal, which is good. Spot removal will get the job done, but I would like to have an actual board wipe at some point. Then they have an artifact called Aura Scope. This one's a rare. Discard a card, action, discard a card, purge a card of the same type as the discarded card from a discard pile. I like this purge from discard thing that Geistoid's doing. Dis did a little bit of it before, but Geistoid's really leaning into it, and I like it. Its flavor text is that the new T16 model, or just a smudge on the glass? Okay, I think that's really funny. I think that's funny. And then the last one they showed us is another rare. This is a 3-power Spectre robot called Janiri. Pretty sure that's Janiri. It has Enhance, Capture, and says each friendly creature with Amber on it gains after Reap, move 1 Amber from this creature to your pool. That's pretty good. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that Geistoid's capture almost always comes in the form of pips. I think that's just a little too random, a little too shotgunned to be reliable. But I do like that they give your creatures with captured Amber on them special abilities. I think that that's really neat. It's a really interesting twist on the capture mechanic. And actually, if Geistoid ever ends up in a set that also has Saurian, it'll be really interesting to see how that interacts with regular Exalt effects, where you can just exalt your creatures to give them effects while they have Amber on them. Obviously, capturing is better than exalting in most situations, but if you're getting some kind of extra effect out of it, especially if it's something like after Reap, move this Amber to your pool, that could be really good. And I look forward to that possible combination, because I don't think those two houses have too much synergy. I think they could be in the same set together, and it wouldn't be a problem. Maybe even Prophetic Visions, because that one looked like it's going to have Saurian back in it, and I don't think Geistoid is going to rotate that fast. All right, let's see what they have to say about these cards. When in the sky, it's all hands on deck. This action card brings back the Haunted effect, which can boost a card's ability if you have 10 or more cards in your discard pile. Yeah, I always said I thought the Haunted mechanic was going to be an evergreen mechanic, and I think this proves me correct, although I think it'll mostly be a Geistoid mechanic. I don't think we're going to see it on most other houses going forward. It's pretty much going to be a Geistoid thing, but I'm happy it's on Geistoid. This card says if you are haunted, destroy a creature, otherwise deal 3 damage to a creature. This can be a very quick way to deal with a troubling creature on your opponent's battle line if you're haunted. If not, it's still a mighty blast of damage that can pair well with various other effects on damaged creatures. Absolutely. Next, we see the artifact Aura Scope. This artifact gives the action ability to discard a card. You then purge a card of the same type as the discarded card from a discard pile. This artifact will make it scary for your opponents to have their must-play cards in the discard pile once it's on the field. Oh yeah, and Scrap is also coming back, which I again thought that was going to be an evergreen mechanic also. And I think that's going to pair well with good Scrap effects. Like we saw some good Scrap effects in the Dis house couple days ago that I think this would pair very well with. And the last one is joining the battle for Geistoid is the fearsome Janiri. This creature dishes out 2 capture bonus icons throughout your deck. Once Janiri is on the field, it also dishes out an After Reap ability to all friendly creatures with Aember on it that says After Reap, move 1 Aember from this creature to your pool. This ability can help turn that capture into a steal and move yourself 1 Aember closer to victory. Yeah, it's a good effect. It's a really good effect. I think it's especially impressive if you could pair it with Exalt, because that would be a great way to take that Aember that was supposed to be for my opponent and make sure they don't get it. And capture is good too, but again, I think Geistoid capture is just too unreliable because it's all in pips and it could go anywhere. And just like before, some past cards are returning, so we'll take a look at those. Looks like Talent Scout is coming back. I like Talent Scout. De-Escalation is coming back. Alenia the Charming is coming back. And Trade Secrets, they already told us Trade Secrets was coming back. All of these are good cards. I'm happy to see them all back. Nice to have De-Escalation. That is a board wipe. So there's that board wipe I was looking for. Although I don't know if De-Escalation was the board wipe I was looking for, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I'll take it. Then we have Harvest Skimmer, Thought Catcher. There's another really good, if your creature has Aember on it. That one just destroyed, draw a card. Veil of Ectoplasm, and A Strong Feeling. All of those are very good reprints. I'm very happy with those. That's it. Closing thoughts. I think Jahiri is a really good effect. I like the flavor text on Horoscope. Seeing Geistoid wearing pirate hats on pirate ships is funny. Look at them in their fancy little hats. They're just so happy to be animated. Look at them. Look how happy they are to be alive. And, yeah, the Ekwidon stuff. I think High Street Churn is not going to be all that great because of all of the enhance into house pips. If those turn out to be as prominent as I now think they are going to be, that's going to be actually kind of hard to pull off and not super high value, especially because they replace the cards that they do lose. Contract Execution is awesome spot removal at a common. Love that. Same with All Hands on Deck. That's awesome spot removal at a common. I think we're going to see a lot of spot removal at common in this set. And then Cog Miller, that's a good afterfight effect. It's good artifact control at an uncommon. I'm not unhappy, and I like that the robot has tried to make himself look like a Getrukia. I think that's funny. Side note, I haven't checked today, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we've crested the 300,000 mark, so I expect sometime tomorrow they're going to talk about the Sky Beast decks, which maybe I'll do a video on the Sky Beast decks, maybe I won't. It'll kind of depend on how the Vault Tour goes, because I am in Rochester, and I'll be at the Vault Tour tomorrow, and also Saturday, and also Sunday. So if you see me, say hi. But yeah, lots to look forward to, lots of things right on the horizon. I imagine we'll get the Logos and Mars house card reveals either tomorrow or they might wait till Monday. But I doubt they'll do it Saturday or Sunday because I imagine they're going to be pretty busy with the Vault Tour. But maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe that's all automated. You know, it's all on the back end and they've already written the article and everything and it's just got a beep boop in it goes. I don't know. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. So until next time, later, Archons.